All right, we'll be moving away from Nigeria as we talk about this year's theme for the Day of the African Child. DAC is eliminating harmful practices affecting children, progress on policy and practice since 2013. The theme was selected by the African Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of Children, established under Articles 32 and 33 of the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, the Charter.
The June 16th annual event honors the memories of students massacred in Soweto, South Africa in 1976 for protesting against education injustice and inequality in the apartheid regime. It was designated as Day of the African Child in 1991 by the African Union, and every year events are organized to promote children's rights. For Zimbabwe, this comes at a time when the country only a few weeks back raised the age of consent from 16 to 18 years, as well as many campaigns against child marriages in the country.
Now joining us this morning to talk more about this year's theme and what it means for Zimbabwe is the founding director for Shamwari Yemwanasikana, friend of the Girlchild, Ekenia Chifamba. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning. Now let's talk about this year's theme, the theme for the Day of the African Child. We're looking at it in Zimbabwe. How significant is this year's theme in the Zimbabwean context?
Yeah, so I think as we are commemorating the Day of the African Child, it's coming at a time when we are still battling with so many issues that discriminate our young women and girls, and not forgetting the boys as well, on the issues around gender, around sex, and also looking into the theme itself, looking into the issues around the ever impeding, harmful practices that are hindering the development of the girl child. And we're looking at so many issues. We are looking at issues around the age of consent that you talk about, the recent developments. We are looking at the issues around sexual reproductive health rights and provision of services. We are looking into access to education. And also we are looking into issues of inclusivity and leaving no one behind, those living with disabilities, and giving both the boy and the girl child same spaces. So it's quite relevant at this point in time, and not only focusing on Zimbabwe, but looking at children in Africa at large.
Okay, let's talk about some of the harmful practices that have put Zimbabwean children in harm's way over time. Of course, you are working hard to put to an end.
I think Zimbabwe has been battling with issues around child marriages for some time. I'm sure maybe there are cases that made a lot of noise and also were published on various media spaces where young women and girls were taken advantage of due to culture and also religion. Because here in Zimbabwe, we do have some apostolic sects that have been taking advantage of our young women and girls, depriving them of the opportunity to pursue their educational aspirations and making them wives before they can even enjoy their period of being children, those moments of being children, and already they graduate into motherhood. So we've been battling with child marriages for a long time. Of course, acknowledging that there's a lot that has been done by the government and the civil society organizations in terms of policies and also various implementations that have been done on the ground. But also there are issues of various forms of abuse that we are also battling with: physical abuse, sexual abuse. And with sexual abuse, the statistics have been shocking also. And looking at the COVID period that has passed, we have seen so many of our young women and girls being at the receiving end because they were under the lockdown with the potential perpetrators, their fathers, their uncles, their brothers, and also relatives, and with no existing supporting systems given the cultural backgrounds that we are already battling with. So these are some of the harmful cultural practices that we have been battling with for some time now.
Very quickly, the age of consent has been moved from 16 to 18 in Zimbabwe. Do you think, how much impact would you say this has had on the current struggles to protect the girl child in Zimbabwe? Or the children in general?
This is a move that we welcomed, as the civil society, to say that, for a long time, we have been battling with the issue around the age of consent, because then we'd have our 16-year-olds and also 17-year-olds who were taken advantage of, but then going to the courts of the laws, those cases then would then allow the perpetrators to walk away with community service, and some of them not being charged at all. So we strongly feel that this is going to protect most of our young women and girls and allow the long arm of justice to take its course. And it is our hope that, it's not just going to be, a milestone that has been done to Zimbabwe, just being on paper, but that it will go a long way in supporting young women and girls, especially in the hard-to-reach areas, in the rural areas, and even in the urban areas as well. And our hope also is that it's going to include the component, because we've been battling with the age of consent also around access to sexual reproductive health rights, which is also a challenge that is still in existence. So we hope that that gap can be filled and addressed so that it becomes a comprehensive initiative that fully protects the girl child by allowing the long arm of the law to take its course, but allowing them to be protected also with regards to their sexual reproductive health rights provisions.
All right, pretty interesting. And these are very, very important conversations. And of course, it's something to celebrate also, the age of consent from 16 to 18 years. Thank you so much for your time this morning. And we're looking forward to more of these developments. And we look forward to speaking with you again.
Thank you.